Welcome to the Chico State School of Nursing website. My name is Julie Garnett, and I am the Pre-Nursing Advisor for Chico State School of Nursing. The purpose of this video is to highlight for you key admission criteria and policies necessary for applying to the basic BSN program. The program is 5 semesters, leading to a Bachelor of Science degree in nursing. We are able to seat 40 students each fall and spring. Over the past several years, graduates of our program have generated an average 97% pass rate, which is well over the national average. Students are not admitted directly to the Bachelor of Science in Nursing major. A supplemental nursing application, point system, and interview process are used to help us select our nursing students. Before applying to the basic BSN program, all students must meet all Chico State School of Nursing admission requirements, which includes passing an entrance exam called the TEAS test, the test of essential academic skills. Incoming freshmen will not take the TEAS test or complete the supplemental nursing application until they meet all eligibility requirements. This includes several pre-nursing courses. New freshmen are normally not ready to apply to the nursing program until their sophomore year. Let's check out the information here for pre-nursing and review some general program information and admission policies. California residency. Note that due to program impaction, applications for California residents and students eligible to pay in-state tuition are considered prior to any non-resident application. Local preference. Preference points are given to applicants from our local service area. This service area is defined by the CSU Chancellor's Office. Your application to the university is the source document used for determining local service area recognition. Local service area counties are listed here. Graduates from high schools within these counties, as well as students transferring from community colleges within these counties, are eligible for local preference points. Preference points are also given to currently enrolled Chico State students who have completed 30 or more units by the time of application to the BSN program. Provisional acceptance. Acceptance into the basic nursing program is provisional until final transcripts are reviewed for meeting minimum GPA requirements in all areas as specified in the admission criteria. Furthermore, for final acceptance to the nursing program, any applicant accepting a seat must pass a drug screen consistent with California Board of Registered Nursing guidelines for safe nursing practice, as well as a background check. Students who have already earned bachelor degrees in other majors are allowed to seek a second bachelor's degree for nursing. Second bachelor degree students are referred to as post-baccalaureates or post-bacs. Post-bacs apply to the university as an undergrad, the same as transfer students. Military veterans. Applicants who have obtained veteran status through their service in the United States military and have been honorably discharged receive points toward their nursing application. Licensing disclosure. Admission to programs leading to licensure, such as registered nursing, does not guarantee that students will obtain a license. Licensure requirements are set by agencies such as the California Board of Registered Nursing. Licensure requirements can include evidence of the right to work in the United States. For example, having your Social Security number or taxpayer identification number, or successfully passing a criminal background check. And finally, LVN placement. Applicants who hold LVN licenses may apply for advanced placement. This option is only available when admitted to the nursing program and if space is available in the preceding semester. LVNs apply to the basic BSN program the same as other undergraduates. Arrangements are made through the School of Nursing Director. Before applying to the BSN program, all students must meet all CSU Chico School of Nursing admission criteria, which includes passing a required entrance exam called the Test of Essential Academic Skills, or the TEAS test. To learn more about admission criteria and eligibility requirements, click on this link, the new points distribution and selection process, and review the items here. This page is comprised of information regarding School of Nursing admission criteria, and when you scroll down further, a review of the new points distribution. But let's get started with admission criteria. The School of Nursing requires 12 pre-nursing courses. There are 8 prerequisites. Okay, these are the 4 science prerequisites and 4 foundation prerequisites. And then there are 4 co-requisite courses, or called concurrent core, if you're looking at the basic Bachelor of Nursing catalog copy. Now, all 12 of these courses must be completed with a grade of a C or better. And so for the science prerequisites, these are anatomy, physiology, chemistry, and microbiology. And all of these must be taken with a concurrent lab. So if you're somebody who has taken any of these courses, science courses, at a community college and is intending to transfer them in, be sure that you are taking the lecture and the lab concurrently. That means at the same time, in the same semester. They must be taught together at the same time. And if you take them outside of Chico State, which is a semester-based program, and you do go to a community college that's on the quarter system, those courses need to be at least 5 quarter units, otherwise 4 semester units. And what's really helpful, if you're taking these at the community college, is if you compare with assist.org. There is a link here that will take you to this web-based service that will help you to discern if that course meets our nursing program requirements. If you find the course listed in assist.org, when you compare it against the nursing major, then we do accept it. Now, the other 4 prerequisite courses are the foundation prerequisites. Okay, these are oral communication, written communication, critical thinking, and statistics. Now, these are foundation area courses. You hear them referred to as Area A, and then like with the quantitative reasoning, it's now referred to as B4. And these are courses that complete any major at Chico State. However, for nursing, we do require that you take a statistics. So if you are somebody who has pre-calculus, or you have algebra, calculus itself, if you have some of these kinds of math courses that might satisfy the B4 content area, you might have satisfied that content area, but you do need to take a statistics course, a basic statistics course for nursing. Now, these co-requisites they're also, like I said, called concurrent core in the majors catalog for nursing. And these are courses we feel round you out and better prepare you as a bachelor's prepared registered nurse. And they are a basic nutrition course, okay? Basic nutrition. It's not any kind of specialized nutrition, just basic. We require child development, so that's taught here at Chico State, but we also accept human development or lifespan courses as completing that content area if you find a course in a community college and you transfer it in. Principles of psychology, just basic psychology. Again, not anything that's specialized in a specific type of psychology, just the introduction to psychology, basic principles of psychology, that kind of thing. And then you have a choice here. This is where you can take either a basic sociology class or a cultural anthropology class. Okay, so these are called co-requisites because you can take these concurrently with your being in the nursing program that first semester. You just have to make sure that you complete them by the end of that first semester. You can't go into the summer or the next semester without completing these co-requisites. With these prerequisites, you have to have these courses completed or reflected as in progress on your official transcript you're submitting for your nursing application. So be sure that you are prioritizing these courses, all pre-nursing courses, because these completed courses will get you points. And so when we talk about points, you'll see why. So again, you want to look at equivalency if you're going to be taking any of these co-requisite courses and transferring them in. Be sure that you are comparing against assist.org if it's for a community college. And when you are taking courses that may have been from a private school or a school out of state, or at the university level, which doesn't have articulated agreements that you can refer to, then email the pre-nursing advisor at this pre-nurse-advisor@csuchico.edu email link and send a course description, the name of the college, and maybe even a syllabi to show me what content is being covered in this class so that we can officially confirm for you if we'll accept it or not. And we do accept online courses, okay? So we can't deny a course based on the method of instruction. So if you're taking sciences or taking other courses that are online, just make sure that they fit our criteria. Make sure they are being taken at accredited schools in our system, okay? Our Western Association of Accredited Schools. And if you're not sure about that, you can email me. But in any event, it's safer if you just go to a community college and take your courses through the community college route so that you can see whether they're articulated or not. And if it's online, as long as it's an articulated course, even if it's online, we will accept it. There was one thing that maybe freshmen don't need to really worry about, but we do have course recency requirements. It's a 7-year recency requirement, but with freshmen, you are taking all your courses are going to be current by the time you apply and get into the program, even if it's maybe 2 or 3 tries, and you can apply different times, okay, as needed. But and there's no limit on how many times you can apply, but I don't project that any of you would be still applying to the nursing program 7 years out. So. Now, here's an important thing to note about AP credit. We do accept AP credit. We do accept scores of 3 or better to satisfy the content area. Primarily, we see this in like the English, to satisfy the English written communication requirement, or the statistics requirement, or the psychology requirement. You can cover that content early by taking your AP credit test, and you can submit those results with your nursing CAS application, your nursing supplemental nursing application, and then we'll consider you have satisfied that content area. But you have to keep in mind that our program that we use, the Nursing CAS web-based system, cannot score on credit grades. So we had to convert your AP credit scores into some sort of grade. And so this is a chart of what that equates to. So if you have a credit AP test score of 3, okay, that's equal to a C. And what you're going to learn when we go over the point system is that C's are equal to 0 points. Now, a score of a 4 is equal to 2 points, and a score of 5 is equal to 4 points. It means that a 4 is an A, and 4 points is equivalent to what we give for an A. And 2 points is equivalent to a B. We give 2 points for B grades, okay, 0 points for C grades. When we're talking about these official transcript submissions, when you are somebody who is applying to the nursing program, you have a failed grade in a prerequisite course. Let's say that you failed anatomy your first try. And so you're repeating it, okay? And it's in progress while you're applying to the nursing program. You will have an ineligible application. In this case, you cannot have your repeated course in progress. You must have it completed with a grade to show that you can pass the course. Now, when we're talking about failed grades or, these repeated courses, we do average your attempts. So let's take that anatomy, for example. Okay, you got a failed grade in anatomy. And you repeated it and you pulled off the A. That's great. That's great because you have passed the course. But we are going to be averaging those 2 grades. And that is not going to equate out to a B or 2 points. It's going to still be 0 points. So just keep that in mind. Now, let's say that you have taken, it was chemistry, and it was general chemistry that you got the failed grade in. Or maybe even a C. You can get around this averaging business by taking a different type of chemistry. So if you are to try to improve upon your grade, let's say if it's a C and you're trying to improve upon your grade, you can take a different type of chemistry. And at Chico State, it would be organic chemistry, Chem 108. Okay, you would take that instead. And if you get the A, you get the full power of that A, the points for an A. We won't combine or average that grade with the C grade that you got in the general chemistry because they're 2 different types of chemistry. So that's a workaround for chemistry when you have like a passing grade, you're just at a C, but you're just, wanting to try to improve upon your grades for points. If you have a failed grade in, say, general chemistry, you can repeat that grade for forgiveness. You can repeat that course, and have that grade removed off of the failed grade removed off of your official transcript. And let's say you repeat that course for forgiveness. It's something you apply for through the academic advising. And let's say you get that A. We will still average those grades because even though you got forgiveness for it, that's to wipe it off of your official transcript computation. For nursing, we're still going to average because you've repeated a like course. But you do want to improve upon your overall official GPA by repeating courses for forgiveness if if you can fit them in, because it does improve your GPA. And though the nursing school does not give you points about your GPA per se, other schools might. And we always tell you, apply to different nursing schools. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. So you do want to improve upon your GPA. And I diverted a little bit. Let's get back to this averaging of grades. There's a couple other workarounds that are listed here for critical thinking and oral communication. So when you take a different type of critical thinking or oral communication course, then you'll be able to take advantage of the higher grade and not have them averaged. So about that GPA. For the School of Nursing Basic BSN program, we require that you have a minimum GPA, overall GPA of a 3.0. And we require this on all college level courses taken. Okay, so what we also do is we look at the 8 prerequisite courses that you've completed and make sure they average out to a 3.0, which is averaging a B average, okay? And so then we also take those top 2 grades that you get for your sciences and the top 2 for your foundation courses, okay? And we average those together to see if they average to a B average, 3.0. So we are, watching your GPA in this sense. Now, I've already mentioned the grade forgiveness. So the thing you need to know with NursingCAS, because it is a web-based service and it doesn't recognize your grades that you've repeated for forgiveness, it's going to incorporate those failed grades into your GPA calculation. So if you are somebody who has had a number of failed grades that you have gotten forgiveness for, you've repeated them for forgiveness, and you're concerned that maybe that NursingCAS GPA will drop you below the required 3.0, then we do have a workaround for that. And what we require is that you submit to your NursingCAS supplemental application a document from your academic institution, either your registrar, or if they won't do it, your academic advisor that can confirm for you which courses you receive forgiveness for. And you put that in a document of some kind, a memo that is just telling us that you have forgiveness and it's for these particular courses, because we're not going to be going and looking at your official transcripts to try to decipher which courses were repeated for forgiveness and whatnot. We want something in your documents section that tells us that you're somebody who wants to be considered for your forgiveness. And when we see that document, then we know that we then will go to your official transcript, see what that GPA is. And if it's that 3.0 or higher, then boom, you have an eligible application. But if you're somebody who's at that borderline and that NursingCAS GPA dips below a 3.0, and you don't provide that documentation for us, then we move on, and you have an ineligible application because it's not a 3.0. So if you are an applicant in this situation where you feel that your failed grades might bring you below, the NursingCAS GPA might generate a GPA below a 3.0, then adding this additional documentation is your way to bring attention to that and to help us know that we need to go and look at your official transcript GPA to see that you are an eligible applicant. As noted earlier, The Test of Essential Academic Skills, or ATI-TEAS test, is the required entrance exam used for admission to the basic BSN program. To be eligible to apply to the BSN program, applicants must achieve a minimum of an 80% overall score on the TEAS test. Scores cannot be over 2 years old at the time of application to the BSN program. And only 2 attempts at the TEAS test will be allowed. Previous applicants need not resubmit TEAS scores as long as the testing date remains within the 2-year recency requirement. TEAS scores must be sent from ATI electronically to Chico State University by the specified nursing application deadline. Results can arrive to us within 24 hours of test completion, and TEAS scores will be accepted from any ATI testing site. Once both attempts are made, another attempt will not be allowed until the first attempt is older than 2 years. Test scores older than 2 years will no longer be counted as an attempt. This means when the date of the first attempt becomes older than 2 years, an applicant is eligible to take the TEAS another time. As noted previously, the point system is used to help the School of Nursing choose its nursing students. So let's talk about that point system. A total of 89 points are possible. All eligible applications are reviewed for points. The 50 applicants with the highest number of total points will be offered interviews. The School of Nursing Admission Committee will make the final determination of seat offers using an interview process. So how are these points distributed? First of all, we give 3 points for local preference. For eligibility and service area definitions of local preference, please check the basic BSN program information and policies link on our website. Secondly, the Test of Essential Academic Skills, or that TEAS test, there's 20 points possible. The highest overall score out of a maximum of 2 attempts in a 2-year period is what's considered. Total score of 80% is the minimum to apply, but we don't give points until your TEAS result is of a score of 85% or higher. At 85%, we give you 10 points. And then as each percentage score increases, it increases by a point, up to a possible of 20 points at 95% or above. Next is grades for the Science Foundation and co-requisite courses that are completed. There's 48 points possible here. Grades earned in the 12 required Science Foundation and co-requisite courses are considered. And as we had mentioned earlier, grades for repeated courses will be averaged. For exceptions, be sure to check the admission criteria and instructions on the previous content. Grades are scored as follows. Each A grade earned will get you 4 points, and a B will get you 2 points. And that C, it passes the course, and content is satisfied, but we give you 0 points. Next are some additional considerations for points. And these aren't things that are just pulled out of a hat. These are here for reasons. And one of them is we want to know if you have any sort of health-related training or experience. Have you sought that out? And if you have, upload to your nursing CAS application a copy of that certification or that license. And this certification or license must be active within the last 5 years. If your training or experience is from a military position, then you need to provide that military transcript. In addition, the committee will consider other health-related professional licenses that require higher level certification. Presently, the certifications that we consider for points are home health aide or phlebotomist at a CPT 1 or 2 level for 1 point. A CNA, or that's a certified nursing assistant, EMT, or a CMA, which is a certified medical assistant, will earn 2 points. Paramedics earn 3 points. And LVNs, or respiratory therapists, or corpsmen, or medics, earn 4. So if you just have the certification and it is current within the last 5 years, you're getting these points. In addition, if you work in a job for 6 or more consecutive months using this certification, and this employment is also within the last 5 years, then you earn more points. So if that certification is a CNA certification and you are employed as a CNA for 6 months or more, you earn an additional 2 points. However, if you are a CNA and you take a home health aide job for 6 months or more, then you will get the 2 points for the certification, but you will get 1 point for the home health aide job. These positions require submission of a letter from your employer. It must be dated, a current date, and then it must indicate the start and stop time for your dates of employment and list your job duties. It needs to be signed, and this document needs to be uploaded to your nursing CAS application along with your certification. Let's scroll down to community service. What we're looking at here is, do you give back? These service hours, or volunteer hours, must be with a nonprofit agency, a 501c3, or a healthcare facility, and they must be within the past 2 years. There's 3 points available for this. If you volunteer 100 to 199 hours, you're earning 1 point. But if you can increase those hours to 200 or more, you earn 2 points. Now, another part of this volunteer point category is that you can earn more points if you immerse yourself in a multicultural type of experience for an underrepresented population. So this is a situation that is a cultural experience outside what you're used to, what you grow up with, what you identify with. And it needs to be for an underrepresented type of population. But if you can get those hours, those 100 hours to 199 hours, all the total number of hours in this category, we will give you 2 points. If it's 200 or more, then it's 3 points. So you earn an additional point by exposing yourself to other cultures, learning more about them, immersing in them. Are we talking about a hospital? No. Hospitals have lots of different cultures, lots of different types of people that need help. But we're talking about immersion in a specific type of culture And again, it needs to be underrepresented, okay, socioeconomically, or maybe it's a certain ethnic group that's underrepresented, but you must seek out both of those elements for the points to count. We also look at whether you know a foreign language. And so if you have knowledge of a foreign language, anything other than English, then we ask that you have yourself orally evaluated. You meet with an instructor of the language that you speak, or someone trained to evaluate your speaking proficiency in the language. If you're a person that's someone that does American Sign Language, then it can be still this visual evaluation or confirmation. The evaluator must be an instructor of the language or somebody who is trained in evaluating your level of speaking proficiency in the language. So they only need to evaluate your speaking proficiency. You don't need to be evaluated for written proficiency. But if you can be deemed at least intermediate in your proficiency of speaking the language, you will get 2 points. And if you are found to be fluent in the language, you get 3 points. So when I'm talking about these volunteer hours or these points for foreign language, we do have forms that we require that you use. So you have a form for the volunteer hours. Again, a 501c3 nonprofit agency or a healthcare facility. And if you are seeking points for the multicultural and underrepresented group, then you will say yes, and then you're going to need to give us a brief statement of your takeaways for what you learned from immersing yourself within that population. The certifying agency must be able to state that they are a 501c3. They complete this lower section of the form. Be sure they include your dates of service and also your total number of hours. And this is, again, where you must seek out an instructor of the language or somebody who is trained to evaluate your proficiency in speaking the language based on the proficiency guidelines. These are the American Council on the Teaching of Foreign Language Standards. So they certify you and attest that you are either at the intermediate level or that you are at the advanced superior level, which is fluent. And they will give their credentials, they will sign and date. So let's go back to our points. We've talked about all of these, starting with the health experience, the health-related professional licenses and experience. We've talked about community service. We've talked about the use or the knowledge of a foreign language. We also give you points if you have any kind of military service. 2 points is possible if you have been honorably discharged, but you must provide to your nursing CAS application a copy of your DD 214 noting honorable discharge. So you'll notice that I passed over something. I passed over this item, health-related degree. We also give you points if you've already earned a health-related degree. Maybe it's not in nursing, but it's in a health and human services field. If you click on the link to the health and human services majors, you'll see what we mean by health and human services field. When you click on our majors, you see the whole list. So if you have a bachelor's degree in, say, child development or psychology or public health education, and you are applying to the nursing program as post-bac, you get 2 points if you upload a copy of the front of your transcript indicating your degree. 2 points. So this is an important thing to make note of. When you're somebody who has been applying to the nursing program and you're having to reapply, maybe what you do is you continue building your points, working on your application for nursing, but you start taking courses toward an alternate degree, or maybe start with a minor and build it to a major. That way, as you are reapplying to the nursing program, you're continuing to achieve the goal of getting a bachelor's degree. As I noted previously, we have several applicants that apply to our nursing program each semester. We only have 40 seats that we can fill. It's important to know that maybe you won't get in right away or at all. So when you have this alternate plan, it's a good plan. It helps you to move forward, to continue to take courses toward a bachelor's degree, and benefit from it by getting points when you reapply to the nursing program. But if you're not getting into Chico State nursing program, it still sets you up to be able to apply to other nursing programs that require that you at least have a bachelor's degree. Those types of programs are called accelerated degree programs. And so there are CSUs, schools that do offer these types of degree programs. So by getting the degree, you're setting yourself up to move forward in seeking out that quest of becoming a nurse. So let's go back to that document, the points document, where we were talking about these health-related degree points. Scroll down past that admission requirement stuff, past this initial point stuff. And again, that health-related degree is going to earn you 2 points. But it has to be a baccalaureate degree or higher. Now, I want to conclude by drawing your attention to this list, the bottom of the document. This is your checklist. And so for each category, we provide some instructions for what you need to do to be considered for these points in terms of documenting. And again, all of these documents will be items that you'll add to your nursing CAS application, to your documents section. So when you are in your nursing CAS application, that's when you're going to get the instructions for how to upload the documents. You will find them in your program materials section of your nursing CAS application.